Hello, you're welcome to the only show that brings you all the insights in the world of diplomacy and international relations. My name is Harriet Nate. The show airs every Saturday on Pan-African television. We are broadcasting in 46 African countries with a global audience via social media, Facebook and YouTube. So you can always catch up with us wherever you find yourself in the world and get to learn all about the stories that are happening in that area. On this episode of Diplomatic Affairs, we will be taking you to the Italian Street Festival and the Cuisine Week, and we also have a brandy tasting event by the South African High Commission right here in Accra. And all that is trending, you will find it right here on Diplomatic Affairs. I will be back with the details right after this break. Welcome back. The show is Diplomatic Affairs. My name is Harriet Nate. Now to our first story. Let's take you to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, where the government of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia through its embassy has presented some 50 tons of dates to the ministry. Now the 50 cartons of one of the world's sweetest fruits were presented to the ministry as an affirmation of the warm bilateral relations, friendship and cooperation between the two countries.
As you are aware, Ghana-Saudi bilateral relations date back to 1960, when Ghana established a diplomatic presence in the kingdom and the latter reciprocating later down the line. Since then, we have witnessed an improvement in our bilateral relations, including the increasing numbers of Ghanaian Muslims embarking on the annual ritual of the Hajj. As an affirmation of the warm bilateral relations, one needs not look further than today's brief ceremony to receive a kind donation from the kingdom through its embassy in Ghana. It is worthy of mention that Ghana has been a beneficiary of this symbolic gift over the years. This year's donation, therefore, serves as a reaffirmation of friendship and cooperation between our two countries. Rooted in the religious teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, dates have traditionally been recognized as a custodian food item in Ramadan. Dates are also considered among the fruits of heaven in Islam and signify vitality and growth. Enriched with many vitamins, dates have been proven to promote heart, brain, respiratory, and digestive health. All these facts reveal Allah's infinite knowledge and compassion for human beings. Indeed, by this act of benevolence to Ghanaians, especially the Muslim community, the gesture ties in with the third pillar of the Islam faith, which supports the giving of alms and thereby facilitating the thorough observance of the fourth pillar, that is Ramadan. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I therefore take this opportunity to express the appreciation of the government and people of the Republic of Ghana for the gift of dates received from the custodian of the two holy mosques, His Majesty King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. The government of the Kingdom of Ghana further acknowledges with profound gratitude the significant contributions made by the government of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to other vital areas of Ghana's development, such as education, health, energy, and various donations from individual Saudis towards the building of mosques, schools, orphanages, and the provision of safe water in Islamic communities. I also wish to express gratitude to His Excellency, Ambassador Michel Hamdan Al-Roji, and the staff of the Saudi Embassy for cooperating with the staff of the ministry, as well as other institutions involved in all necessary arrangements to make this event possible. It is my firm belief that the donation of dates by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia will continue to serve as a tool to enhance the bilateral relations between our two countries. Finally, Mr. Ambassador, Please convey our kind thoughts and prayers to the custodian of the two mosques, His Majesty King Salman, for his personal well-being and the continuous prosperity of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Right, on this note, we will go for a quick break. When we come back, we have so much to share with you. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Now let's do some cultural diplomacy or gastronomy here. Now the ambassador of Italy to Ghana, Her Excellency Daniela Olandi, has hosted the 7th edition of the Italian Cuisine Week, and it was massively attended by friends of the embassy, the diplomatic corps, and some government officials. Little Italy in Ghana was amazing. I had the privilege of speaking to the people who were there to celebrate with the ambassador. Let's go to the Italian ambassador's residence for this event.
This event is brought to you by the Italian Embassy together with the Italian Trade Agency and the very important and precious contribution of 14 partners from the wine and the food sector. In fact, this evening you will have the opportunity to taste some Italian delicacies and top-notch Italian wines. Italy has been producing wine for 4,000 years. There are 590 varieties of grapes, and all of the 20 Italian regions are producing wines. So there's a wine for every palate, and I'm pretty sure you will find your favorite one this evening. And as it's a cultural event, I seize this occasion to highlight the candidature of the City of Rome to host the World Exposition in 2030, and hopefully all the roads will lead to Rome. And lastly, I wish to quote the great genius Leonardo da Vinci, who said that happiness goes to those who were born where the good wines are. And we hope to share a bit of Italian happiness and passion for food and wine with our friends in Ghana.
I like this.
You do?
Yes. Which one is this?
You know, the Italian wine beauty is that you have one product for every palate, because the wideness of production in Italy is incredible. Italy has the greatest amount of grapes in the world.
I hear over 5,000.
Yes.
Is that true?
It's true. Plus, Italy is a very diverse country in terms of climate, from north to south, and this allows, a very big and diverse production. So you will always find the right wine for you. The one you are tasting is a sparkling sweet wine from central Italy called Lambrusco. Very, very famous in Italy. I hope you like it.
It's so good.
Yeah, it is.
I like to have a bottle home so I can drink it. Now, Alexandra, let's talk about, you are in charge of the Italian Trade Agency. Let's talk about tonight. Let's talk about the 7th edition of the Italian Cuisine. 7th times. Why is this so important?
It's so important because the Italian cuisine and Italian wine, it is one of the many flags that Italy is well known for. And perhaps we have other, we have fashion, we have furniture, we have jewelry, design, but wine and food really bring the people together. And for us here in Accra, it's important because it's really the occasion for us to celebrate with our partners here, with our business partners, and enjoying an event and offering something they would not have the opportunity normally. And get in touch with this reality that expresses so well Italy, its diversity, its the research for quality and uniqueness, and this is the sort of values we like to share with our friends.
And also selling Italy to the world.
Yeah, but there is also one secret, that is making business with Made in Italy is an excellent business for those who do it.
Yeah, sure. Well, thank you so much. It's been successful. It's been wonderful. I've seen lots of people from the diplomatic community and then some government officials also gracing the event. This is great, and we hope that people will get to continue to support you in this direction. Good job and congratulations once again.
Thank you for coming, and
Always.
I'm happy that you are enjoying your evening as well.
I am, and I'm enjoying my wine too. All right, cheers. To these ambassadors, we have the ambassador of Peru to Ghana, we have the Suriname ambassador to Ghana, and we have the Cuban ambassador, South American ambassadors representing. They are here to support. They are here to support their colleague, the ambassador of Italy to Ghana, Daniela Orlandi. I'm going to be asking them how the evening is going, and of course, let's talk about this all-important event. Your Excellency, let me start with you. You look beautiful in your white outfit.
Thank you. In our national dress, Guayabera.
That's nice. I love it.
And also a little red, as we are.
You can never go wrong with white and red. And let's talk about this evening. How do you find the event and the cultural exchange between Italy and even your country? How is it like?
Actually, it's awesome. And you know, in Italy we have many interests and we are very close friends. And we have some Cuban doctors there helping them. Then for us, it's a very big moment for us also.
Have you tried any of the Italian wine?
Yes, very good. There is a Tempranillo. Oh my God. Thank you very much. It's good.
And then what about the food?
It's very good. I love lasagna.
So you took lasagna?
Yes, I took it.
Enjoy your evening. Well, I have the ambassador of Suriname, who has been on my show before, and she is an amazing ambassador, one of the ambassadors, a few ambassadors who is actually pushing enhancing bilateral relations between her country, Suriname and Ghana. It's good to see you here. And you look lovely in this African print.
I'm Ghana.
You are Ghana.
I'm Ghana. Suriname is a piece of Ghana. We look like Ghana. And I just learned a word that is a Suriname word. The word is chobo.
Chobo.
Yes, it's a Suriname word.
You know chobo, right? What does it mean?
Chobo means nasty money, chobo money. You know, I was so surprised that it came from Ghana. I thought it was a Suriname creation, but it seems like Ghana has a lot still in that country. Thank you.
It's good to have you here. I hope you're enjoying yourself. Have you tried any of the drinks, Italian wine?
Oh yes.
How is it?
I'm a red wine person, so I had red wine, and I'm a lasagna person
So you
too.
took lasagna. We have something in common when it comes to food.
When it comes to food, we have a lot in common. Even when the ambassador mentioned Rome, almost all of us are Roman Catholics. So Rome is very important. Italy is very important to us out there if we look at Christianity.
And I see the Peruvian ambassador nodding to that, like that. Your Excellency, how are you?
Just fine, thank you very much.
You look smart always. Looking good.
Thank you very much. That's your eyes, huh?
Now let's talk about about this evening. We are celebrating Italy in Ghana. We are celebrating the beautiful cultural relations between Italy and Ghana, and even the entire world, because this is a worldwide celebration, right? Tell us about this evening.
Well, that's something really important. You know that today what we are having here is a festival of flavors. And a festival of flavors is something really important because behind food we can find culture. Behind food we can find not just a matter of nurturing, a matter of feeding ourselves, but also an expression of who we are. And that is what we are trying this evening here, an expression of who really Italy is through their food, because food is very important. Let's not forget that Italy is a country that is very well represented by their food. Italian food is one of the best foods of the world. So this is a very special evening. We are having an amazing festival of flavors, and also, of course, an amazing festival of wines. Because let's not forget it, Italian wine is one of the best as well.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh well, yes, I really like the Rufino Chianti. That's my favorite Italian wine. The Rufino Chianti is definitely my favorite. Yes.
Now, let's end our conversation. I'd like to know the relationship between Peru and Italy. How is it like?
Oh well, our relationships are very good, are very strong as well. You know that Peru is also very proud of their food. So when we talk about gastronomical diplomacy, we have a lot of things in common with Italy, right? We use our gastronomy as a soft power, so we have a lot of complementary things. Our relations are very, very strong. It's been many years since we already have common embassies in Peru and also in Italy. And our relationships, I think that couldn't be better. They are in a very, very good status right now, and I suppose that they are going to get to be increasing in the near future.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency, always for your time. I have with me the MC for this all-important event, Nathaniel Arthur. When it comes to sports diplomacy is key when we are talking about international relations and diplomacy. And of course, Nathaniel Arthur is one of the big names in the sports industry. Nat, how are you?
Great. Good to be here.
Looking dapper always.
Yeah, you went ahead of me. I was about to compliment you. I love what you're wearing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Before we start the conversation, you mentioned something about sports, and I was just having a conversation with the ambassador, and I was telling her that now that Italy are not in the FIFA World Cup, they have to transfer all their support to Ghana.
Right.
And the thing about our growth or our emergence in football and relevance in football and growing individual brands who have contributed massively to our national teams, you can't write the stories without telling the stories of the surgeons in Italy and on the big stages of the Italian Serie A and all of that. You talk about Stephen Apea, Sule Ali, Montari, Asamoah Gyan. These three gentlemen I've mentioned have set different records when it comes to achievements for Ghana and football. And so the relationship between Italy and Ghana is unique in the sense that it has many branches. One of them is sport, one of them is trade, and one of them is the exchange as well. Tonight I've seen so much variety here, and what for me is crucial and key is how we can all come together as a collective and see how we can all benefit from each other. The Italians have the technology, the tradition, and the ability to produce. So what do we here in our side of the market also do, aside the consumption? Because it's also important. Now, Chef Bulgari, who I spoke to a few minutes ago, is developing a very interesting concept of preparing some of his Italian dishes with cocoyam, doing all these new delicacies with cocoyam. And that just goes to tell you that there is space for some of our staples in the markets out there. So you can imagine that dish that he prepares is given a name, and eventually it finds its way into the restaurants and onto the menu tables. You can imagine how much in terms of export of the commodity of cocoyam we can do. So there's so many things we can do with each other, and that for me is the biggest takeout from tonight. The networking has been amazing. It's been great. I've attended so many of these these cocktails and these events here. And I think what's the most important thing is the fact that we're coming together we're seeing how best we can all, interrelate and trade, And trade and tourism are bedfellows. They walk along with each other. And it's important that we also make deliberate attempts on our part as a nation, just like the Italians.
Economic diplomacy. Economic diplomacy.
Very, very important, that we also make deliberate attempts on our part to ensure that we're selling some of what we have to the rest of the world. When we're able to do that, issues of forex and foreign exchange will be one that we wouldn't have to worry about at all.
Nat, indeed, you have summarized everything. I no more have follow-up questions. I had a lot of them. I had tons of them when I approached you, because we are going to go into soccer diplomacy, also known as sports diplomacy, and we were going to come to economic diplomacy, and we're going to talk about using personalities, key personalities to promote our countries. You mentioned Samuel Jan, you mentioned Stephen Appiah, you mentioned all these big names in the sporting space, and I think we have to be deliberate, like you said, when it comes to what we have to offer to the world. It doesn't have to be big, right? We can start from somewhere.
You start small and it becomes global and it becomes big and uncountable and immeasurable.
Thank you so much for your time, and you did a great job with the hosting as well.
Thank you.
Right, so you're still watching Diplomatic Affairs. We're still talking to all the people who are here to support this brilliant initiative. This is the 7th edition of the Italian Cuisine Week, and it's been amazing. I've seen a lot of people here. The ambassadors are here to support their counterparts, and we are still talking about soft power. We are using food to communicate. We are using food to bring the world together. Now, let's talk to you about how significant is this in the world of diplomacy.
You got me again. We've been through this before. Well, it's an important event. In the field of diplomacy, it's not all, as you said yourself, soft power is very important. You cannot always be hard and sitting behind your documents and pushing paper. You need such events just to relax. And I think it's even, it's good for your brain, because the more you unwind every now and then it helps you to go back to the table to do your work. But most importantly, you come and you network. You meet all the ambassadors and the heads of missions you've been working with. You meet even people from the private sector whom you need to make your work go on. We talk about economic diplomacy. And for economic diplomacy, the private sector being the engine of growth is a very important aspect of our work to promote diplomacy. So this event for me, it cuts across all avenues. It's almost like a cocktail of events that come together to promote diplomacy. So I'm enjoying it.
I'm having fun. Can we replicate this in Ghana missions abroad?
Oh yes, definitely. And really, most of our missions have similar events. Of course, not only for the National Day celebrations, where we order things from Ghana, our local food, we ship them, to make our national days very fun-filled and interesting. But we have other events with the Ghanaian communities, bits and pieces all over the place. But of course, we can do things that are outside our national days. And so yes, we should replicate something like this. Once in a while we say, why don't you have a taste of Ghana? Which is done, but
Pito.
Exactly. But at times, these things are done in collaboration with the host foreign ministries, where you have a big event of the entire diplomatic corps, and that's where they get to taste every country's dish, see your outfit, see your clothing, experience your culture. So I think that we should probably have a calendar of events in most of our missions where we do replicate these events, and I'm sure that it will really be, people will buy in a lot. Yes, because people enjoy our dishes. They love our clothes.
I spoke with a few of them and they were talking about the red, the Kelewele.
You see, they love our clothes, they love our dances, they love, so many things that, even our hairstyles, the braids you have on. So yes, there's so many things we can push out there that we can sell and promote our culture and then promote economic diplomacy. So yes.
Economic diplomacy is a new way to go when it comes to diplomatic relations among nations. It's always a pleasure speaking to you. It is always insightful when I meet this woman and I have to talk to her. Thank you so much.
You, Harriet. Thank
right,
you so
enjoy
much.
your evening.
I will. You as well.
Right, so you're still watching Diplomatic Affairs on Pan-African television. My name is Harriet Nate. I have with me from my left, right, and this is the Egyptian ambassador to Ghana, who is a very good friend of ours. Yes, Diplomatic Affairs. I haven't seen him in a while, so I'd like to talk to him to know what's happening. And I also have on my right the Serbian ambassador to Ghana, Charge d'Affaires, on my right. So we'll talk to the two of them. Your Excellency, it's good to see you again. Where have you been?
I went actually to Egypt for like 3 weeks.
I thought we were supposed to go to Egypt together.
Yeah, I'm waiting. And next time I'm preparing for it.
Okay.
I have you and your team actually to come to do some work.
All right, that's good.
Fun too, yeah.
Oh, we have fun and then we work at the same time.
All right.
Let's talk about this evening. This is a cultural exchange between Italy and the rest of the world. Let's talk about this in Ghana. How significant is this event when it comes to diplomatic relations on a multilateral level?
Yeah, I think it's very important event, and I highly actually commend Her Excellency Ambassador Daniela for organizing such a wonderful night. It's amazing because that's my second year, and this year is much more outcome than last year, which is really revealed the degree of success Ambassador Daniela and the event is truly achieving. I believe that it's really amazing to have such events because we have the chance to meet our colleague from all diplomatic corps, from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, from many actually official institutions in Ghana, from media, which is really important. And this actually gives us update about what's going on in Accra and in the lovely Ghana. And we always actually opt for such events. Yeah, and I hope this event will be more and more next year, and we have many similar events in order to enrich the diplomatic core life and the social life in Ghana.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. What's happening at your office? I mean, at your embassy? What do you have coming up? Anything, anytime soon?
Yeah, actually we just started the COP27 a few days ago.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much, and it came up as a very big success. We still some few days to move ahead. I'm glad that almost the world was in Sharm el-Sheikh. His Excellency the President of Ghana and very important team were in Sharm el-Sheikh already. And big success took place in this COP27 because they start to move from what we call the pledges and the political commitment to the real delivery and
implementation.
Yes, and delivery of technology and finance to countries mainly in Africa, the one who suffer more and polluted the world less. So it was really a very important event, and I was glad to help Ghanaians, many Ghanaians, to go to Egypt to attend this meeting.
I'm sure they loved it.
It is. I receive lots of nice photos from them every day. Every day.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Continue to facilitate the good relationship between Egypt and Ghana.
It's an honor. It's gonna be an honor. Thank you.
I'll see you on the other side. We're still talking. We are still talking, and I've been speaking to some of the ambassadors who are here to support this brilliant initiative. It is the 7th edition of the Italian Cuisine, which is going on at the residence of Her Excellency Daniela Olande. I have the Norwegian ambassador right here, and I also have the Kenyan High Commissioner with me. I'd like to find out what they make of this initiative and how important this is when it comes to diplomacy between countries. Your Excellency, it's good to see you again.
It's always a pleasure. Very exciting to be here this evening. It's so colorful. I mean, it will excite everybody. And really, it is so organized. I think the Italians are bringing out and taking out their best. And that is what really needs to happen. Because what we see is very strong collaboration between the industry and the mission. This is something that we all need to encourage. It's exciting. I've seen tremendous products here, but again, it speaks to the same subjects that all of us are indeed, both the government and the industry are driving towards the same end. And therefore, this collaboration, I think, is worth to emulate, and we look forward to a moment like this one when we'll also be able to put together something like this. Exciting.
Right. Thank you so much. You've just summarized everything that I needed to know. Are you still watching Diplomatic Affairs? Guess who I have here with me? Yeah, she's family when it comes to Diplomatic Affairs. She can never run away from us.
I don't try.
How are you?
Great. I'm great.
We did this somewhere last year, remember?
I remember. Yes, I don't see you often. So the few times, yeah, so when I bump into you, I always note it somewhere.
You know there's going to be something, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Something good. I like that. Now, let's talk about this evening. Sure. This is not just an event. We are not just eating, we are not just drinking, but this is a means of communication, making a statement, and also creating a bond between Italy and the rest of the world. Tell us more about it.
Well, first and foremost, I'm Ghanaian, so I'm not speaking on behalf of the Italian community. I'm speaking as a Ghanaian who has appreciation.
And a friend of the embassy.
Oh, I'm a friend of many embassies, and I'm a friend of Italy. I love Italian food, Italian fashion, Italian art. So I have a lot of friends. So for me, of course, I'm a foodie, as you would say, a Epicurean. So of course, I'm here to enjoy the food, to network, to interact, and as you say, to further entrench these bonds that we have. Food is incredible how food can connect people, whether it's Italian food or Ghanaian food. I mean, people travel to certain countries just because of the food, you know what I'm saying? So Italy is one of those countries where we don't only go there to buy, you know, shoes and bags and clothing, but we also go to Italy because the food is amazing. And guess what? Now you don't even have to travel to Italy. Okay, so less pressure on the Italian embassy. Now you can have all the amazing wines and all their food right here in Accra. So I think the Italian community needs to pay me for this advertisement.
They need to pay us for this advertisement, right?
True. No, but it's all good. I mean, thank you. A big thank you to
what can we learn from this initiative? In putting Ghana out there.
Well,
we can also use our food to get people to come into the country.
Christmas is a big deal everywhere, my sister. There is any country that is Christian. Christmas is a big deal. It's also a very commercial, period of the year. Don't forget about it. There's a religious aspect of Christmas, but it's also the whole commercial. Christmas is when people sell, So yes, we ought to take advantage of it. But then let's be honest. The Italians have been at it for a long time. I feel like they reconquered the world thanks to simple things like their pizza. You know what I'm saying? And their prosecco and whatever and their ice cream. So our food is awesome, but you know that our food is spicy. So which kind of limits it, unless of course you have people like there's some chefs that are coming up with like a fusion version of our food, which is the spiciness is watered down a little bit so that foreigners who are not so used to spicy food, because with pizza you can always add pepper to it, you get it. With pasta you can make it hotter. So if we also try and make our food maybe a little bit, but then again, do we want to do that? Maybe we want to keep it authentic and indigenous the way it is. So honestly, nothing stops us from doing such events outside. The Italians are doing this in Ghana. I believe the Ghanaian embassies, wherever they are, should also, yes. And if it means tweaking it a little bit to suit the local taste, why not? It's soft power. You are doing, you are doing publicity for your country. You are attracting people.
That's one of their jobs.
Absolutely. Their jobs is to promote everything. Fashion, sculpture, whatever it is that we have to sell, whether it's, okay, I know we have a lot of cocoa, we have we have cash crops and stuff, but there's also things that we need, our music, our fashion, whatever, everything that they can promote, they should promote, and food should be one of it. Should be things like I don't know, kelewele. I've never met a foreigner who doesn't like plantain. Everybody loves red plantain, so that so they should do it. Yeah, they should take. Honestly, we need to learn from each other. And times are hard. Times are hard, but still we shouldn't.
We need to be innovative.
We need to be
our
super
thinking.
innovative. Yes, we need to be super innovative. And thank you.
Now, what a way to promote bilateral relations between Italy and Ghana, and of course, Italy in Ghana. Now, still on Italy, Italy every year hosts the Italian cuisine from the north to the south of Italy. This is replicated by the Italian missions across the globe as part of promoting and sharing Italy with the rest of the world. Let's take you all the way to the Labadi Beach Hotel for the maiden edition of the Italian Street Food Festival.
How are you?
See you again. Unfortunately, two times in 2 days. Yesterday was wine tasting day. But I had no knowledge of
Today, we are coming to you from the Labadi Beach Hotel right here where we are having the Italian Street Food Festival. I love food and I know there are so many food enthusiasts out there. I am happy to announce that I have with me the ambassador of Italy to Ghana, and she will be telling us briefly about what this celebration is all about when we talk about Italy, food, wine, amazing people. So I haven't been to Italy before, but I know I will definitely experience Italy. I call this Little Italy in Ghana. Hello, Your Excellency. It's good to have you on Diplomatic Affairs.
Good evening, Harriet. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for coming to those events on the occasion of the 7th edition of the Week of the Italian Cuisine in the world. So it's the second event that we are celebrating in Accra. The first was yesterday at the Italian Residence, and the focus was on top-notch Italian wines with the participation of the main Ghanaian importers of Italian wine, but also Italian producers of wine that came from Italy. And this evening it's an Italian street food festival. Because in Italy, everywhere you go, there's an array of food, wine, culture, beauty, art, and we wanted to share our passion with our friends in Ghana.
And fashion, you look amazing in your outfit.
Thank you so much, but I see that your belt is from Italy as well. So yes,
Dolce and Gabbana.
Exactly. But Italy is so much more than food and fashion, because in fact we are the second manufacturing country of the EU. And I think that could be a very interesting and mutually beneficial partnership between Italy and Ghana, because you have so many great natural resources and raw materials, and we have the technology. So we could help you transform it and develop your local industries.
Now, away from Italy, let's go to the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber, and in collaboration with the South African High Commission has organized the brandy tasting event, an event that seeks to promote all the companies that are working with the Ghana South African Business Chamber. Basically, the idea is to bring people together to network and explore and also share ideas, especially in these difficult times. So that was a very, very innovative way of promoting the KWV brand when it comes to brandy in the world of drinks, one of the most known drinks in the world here in Accra. Diplomatic Affairs was at the event, and we have all of it covered for you. Let's take you all the way to the Hibiscus restaurant at the Alliance Francaise. You know, when Christmas draws closer, there are so many programs in place to mark the end of the year. 12 months already is almost done, and we are getting ready for Christmas and, of course, the new year. The Ghana South Africa Business Chamber, as part of promoting the companies that are under the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber, is tonight having a brandy tasting event. I have this gentleman seated here with me, and his name is Tony. That's his first name. He's going to introduce himself, and we will get to talk about his company. I understand they are one of the sponsors for this beautiful event. Hello, Tony.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's good to have you on Diplomatic Affairs.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
You're welcome. Let's talk about tonight. Brandy tasting event. I love brandy. For all the brandy lovers and for all the drinks from the South African country, we are here to celebrate the many organizations that are under the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber. Let's talk about your organization.
I'm the MD of Unispan. It's a South African company. I'm the MD of Unispan Ghana, the Ghana division. We do scaffolding and concrete formwork. We supply mainly the construction industry, but also mining as well.
How long have you been in the construction industry?
The Unispan Ghana has been here for 10 years, and I was here at the beginning, so I've been here 10 years as well now.
Wow, you are Ghanaian.
Yeah.
How is the company doing in Ghana so far?
We've done very well over the 10 years. There's been ups and downs, and we've survived, and we're going to be here for a lot longer.
We want you to stay.
Definitely. Now I'm here. I'm settled here now. Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that. Let's talk about this evening, this event, the brandy tasting event. What actually went into this? Because I understand you are part of the sponsors. And why are we making this happen tonight?
It was something that Grant and myself were discussing one day over coffee one morning. Sort of a brainwave that came to us, and let's try it. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. That was quite a while ago, but eventually we put it together, and everybody helped, and a wonderful amount of help from people here. And now you can see, it looks successful. Yeah, people seem to be enjoying it.
Right. I also recognize that there are so many companies, both South African and Ghanaian, registered under the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber. What is the future for this chamber? And I know that you are faring well. From all indications, you are faring well as an organization. What is the future for the chamber?
For the chamber itself, I think the chamber has done fantastically the last 2 years. They've really done a lot to promote South African companies and also try and promote trade between South Africa and Ghana, which it's important that African countries trade with each other, and these chambers they facilitate that kind of thing. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Christmas is around the corner. Can we just take a message from you and what the future holds for your company in Ghana?
For Christmas. We're here to stay. There's always ups and downs. Things are a bit tough at the moment, but Ghana is still full of opportunity, and we're here to stay. Yeah.
I'm so happy to speak to you. Enjoy the evening. Where's your drink? Okay, so, well, cheers.
Cheers, yeah. Thank
you. With me right here is John, and John is the COO of the Center Point organization. He will tell us more about his organization and how he is involved in all of this. Hello, John.
Hi, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
Yeah, fabulous. Thank you very much for joining us this evening. I think it's been a fabulous evening. I think everybody has been enjoying the evening. And so, as you know, we're in the hospitality space. And tonight, I think we've paid tribute to that. And I'm amazed to see the amazing turnout. And we're a local company, but we're also South African, and we're very happy to showcase KWV Brandy this evening, which really adds a lot of value to our networking evening. We're also members of the South African Business Chamber here in Ghana, and we try and utilize and leverage special events like this, which is not the normal or run-of-the-mill events, to actually bring business communities, the local domestic business, as well as arts and cultures together. And it just creates a unique opportunity for us to network, make friends, and create more business.
So let's talk about how crucial it is for networking.
I think, we have to explore every opportunity to assist our businesses right now. And, as you know, business is based on relationship. So this is a unique opportunity for you to foster new relationships and to stimulate new business. So I think it's just a fantastic opportunity where like-minded people can get together, share ideas, exchange contacts, and perhaps, some more business can be born from here.
We are still at the brandy tasting ceremony or event, which is being organized by the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber at Hibiscus. And we are having a great time tasting some brandy and, of course, networking and discussing, business as usual. With me now is the president of the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber, Grant Weber. Grant is family when it comes to diplomatic affairs. It's good to see you here again.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here with you.
How are you?
I'm very well, and I'm delighted with this evening's turnout. It's been fantastic.
Now, let's begin with the second brandy that I tasted. This one, I'm told, is the KWV 5. Is that right? 5-year-old. Now, cheers to that. Okay, let's talk about this event, this brandy tasting event organized by the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber.
Well, with our High Commissioner, Her Excellency Grace Mason, we've been working very hard in the last 18 months on coming up with new, fresh ideas for networking. And it's all around our Rainbow Nations philosophy, where we're trying to bring together the international business community. So yes, of course, it's developed and run by the South African Chamber, but tonight we have 15 different nationalities. So it's all about reaching out to the community, developing new networks, and especially with the tough economic environment we're facing now in Ghana, we simply have to work together with the whole community. And I think this concept with our High Commissioner, these new fresh ideas of networking, seem to be capturing the hearts and minds of our audience.
That's very interesting. Let me take you back a bit and then we can move forward. You said this event has about 15 other nationalities like participating in the event. When you talk about the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber, anybody's mind would go straight to Ghana and South Africa. So this means that other nationalities can also join. If you have a business and you are looking for more exposure presence in South Africa and you are looking at having Ghanaian partners, you can still be part of the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber, right?
Yes, that's right. And we encourage more and more to have this international flavor to our chamber. Of course, the focus is on the links between South Africa and Ghana, but it's not exclusive. And I think especially with the African free trade area kicking off, we see now everything is linked. So doing things in isolation these days simply has no value.
Right, doing things in isolation has no value. So the need for us to come together collectively and network and get to share ideas and grow our businesses. Let's talk about how symbolic is tonight.
Well, it's again a first. Tony Allen, who you introduced and interviewed earlier, it's his baby actually. He came up with the idea. I think it's a new, fresh idea. We don't know of anyone that's done a brandy tasting in Ghana, so we probably can claim it as a first. It's proudly a South African company. KWV is a very famous South African and in fact international company. They have a very strong heritage, so we can at least promote one of our big brands. They are being represented and distributed here in Ghana by Casa Preco. So it is a big event for us tonight and it's groundbreaking. We're proud of it.
This is very innovative of you. Let's talk about the future for the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber.
Well, we've embraced the philosophy of the Rainbow Nations. And I think, again, I always refer to our High Commissioner because she provides the strong leadership for our community. And we focused on bringing together the international business community and diplomatic corps as well. It's become more important as the economy has deteriorated. And not just the South African Chamber, but all business chambers that operate in Ghana have a very important role to play. However, it doesn't mean it's automatically going to mean the success of a business chamber. Attracting and keeping members is important, adding value to them. Why do I join? Why should I be in your chamber and not another one? So there's a fierce competition. So again, having events like tonight where it's very different, our Rainbow Nations tennis tournament that was highly successful several months ago, people appreciate the difference and the ability to network in different kinds of environments. So we think we've got a glowing future, but we also do appreciate it that nothing is automatic.
Right, so you talked about the Rainbow Nation. I happen to be at the first edition, very all-important event, which actually brings countries together, people together. We saw the diplomatic corps rallying support for this event. When is the second edition? I've started taking my tennis lessons, right? Are you aware I've started taking my tennis lessons? I'm getting ready for it. Tell us more about it.
Yes, so we're proud to say that the second edition will be the last week of February of 2023, so it's just around the corner. We think we will have an even bigger field than our first edition, which was a full field. So we're looking at ways of improving it, making it slightly bigger if possible. We might have one group of elite professionals, which we had several of, and then we might have a second group where it's more social. So the fact that you're now taking tennis lessons is wonderful because you can then participate on court. And we think, again, it's gained some momentum. People are talking about it, and they're all looking forward to the second edition.
Well, we are all gearing up for the second edition. Your final word, Grant?
we're just so proud of everything that the community, the international community is doing together, working hard to try and overcome the real challenges we're facing at the moment. So tonight might be fun, but it has a serious underpin to it. We face existential threats to our businesses as we sit in Ghana today. So we have real issues to face, we have real problems to solve. But getting together in a relaxed environment like this is the beginning of a discussion that allows us to come up with good ideas.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Grant. With me is the South African High Commissioner to Ghana, Her Excellency Grace Mason, and she will be telling us why it is important for us to have programs like this one, and also what the future holds when it comes to the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber and, of course, the High Commission. It's good to have you on Diplomatic Affairs. I know this is your home. How are you?
Good evening, Harriet, and thank you for having me this evening.
You're welcome. To what do we owe tonight?
Tonight I'm here again to grace the occasion for the Ghana South Africa Chamber of Commerce, and we're here to do a brandy tasting this evening. And we've got an exquisite KWV brandy from South Africa. And I tell you, Harriet, they say that it is an exquisite spirit that deserves to be enjoyed at any occasion. We've done the 3, the 5, from the palate, swirling it to the colors and pairing it as well this evening. And that's just the types of spirits that we want to bring into the market, like our South African wines are in the market in Ghana. We have KW wines as well in the market, and KWV brandy, an absolute must-have.
So the brandy that we tasted tonight is already in the market?
It's already in the market. Yes.
So if I'm looking for some to buy, I can easily locate it at the right places. Is that so?
Yes, absolutely. We have it here this evening at Hibiscus
the Hibiscus Restaurant.
Absolutely.
Now, Your Excellency, let's talk about what the future holds when it comes to relations between South Africa and Ghana. We already have a very beautiful relationship with each other. Let's talk about the future. What are we to expect going forward?
Harriet, we can only expect a more strengthened relationship for the future, more intra-trade between South Africa and Ghana, more collaboration in all. Now we can see it's a cultural exchange, cultural diplomacy. We look forward to having more trade relations and just building on the relationships that we have.
The president of the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber already touched on what to expect when it comes to the Rainbow Nation. Are you ready for the second edition of the Rainbow Nation?
Absolutely, Harriet. I'm very fit this time, and I will definitely put my name on the list this time. Yes, but it is an occasion where we get to network. We are in an era of post-COVID where we begin to network, we begin to get corporates to network in Ghana, share experiences, but also have conversations and how we can assist each other, how we can collaborate, how we can do things differently. Now we're in an era of business unusual.
What is the way forward for us when it comes to the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber? I know there are so many Ghanaian companies or organizations that are under the Ghana South Africa Business Chamber. I know there are other nationalities as well under this chamber. How innovative do you continue to get in terms of promoting businesses under this umbrella?
The whole idea is to get business corporates together in one country because we are here to pursue the same interest. And once we are all collaborating and together on the same umbrella, we get to get support as well. And as you know, that Currently, we are in difficult times, but the more we collaborate and dialogue and network and have opportunities like this, we'll be able to discuss and to see and find innovative ways of trying to assist each other as well and getting support from government as well.
Thank you so much. Your final word, Your Excellency.
To all your viewers, I would just like to say, as I come here to do a brandy tasting, look forward to more activities that South Africa will be hosting. We'll be soon having other activities, and definitely by the Ghana South Africa Chamber of Commerce, we've got other entities and other prospective investors that are coming into the market as well, into other areas which I will also later just explain to you in detail, but more collaboration, more inward investment, more opportunities for South Africa and Ghana, and of course for the continent. And
so you will notice when you hold it up to the light that it's got a pale straw color.
So on this note, we wrap up and we hope to see you same time next week. This is the only show that brings you happenings from the diplomatic community in Ghana and around the world. The name is Harriet Nate. I look forward to seeing you same time next week.